Welcome back to the channel. The Washington Pluribus Unum 5-cent coin, dated 1946, struck without a mint mark and seen today in circulated color condition, is a powerful little piece of American history that carries far more weight than its modest size suggests. This coin comes from a world just emerging from global conflict, a time when the United States was transitioning from war to peace, and everyday objects like coins played a quiet but essential role in rebuilding normal life. Holding a circulated 1946 5-cent coin feels like holding a survivor of an era defined by resilience, change, and renewed hope. On the obverse, the portrait of Thomas Jefferson appears calm, thoughtful, and dignified, perfectly suited to the moment in which this coin was produced. In circulated condition, Jefferson's features are softened by time, especially along the hair and jawline, yet the portrait remains strong and well-defined. This gentle wear gives the coin a sense of humanity, showing that it has been touched, handled, and relied upon during countless everyday transactions over many decades. The absence of a mint mark is a subtle but important detail that tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1946, Philadelphia-produced nickels did not carry mint marks, making the blank space on the coin a quiet indicator of its origin. This connects the coin directly to the oldest and most historically significant mint in the United States, a place that played a central role in producing the nation's currency during and after World War II. The circulated color of a 1946 5-cent coin is one of its most compelling features. Rather than a bright, reflective surface, the coin typically shows a soft gray tone, sometimes deepened by darker areas where natural toning has developed. These color variations are not damage. They are the result of time, handling, and exposure, and they give the coin a depth and warmth that freshly struck coins simply do not possess. Turning the coin over reveals the reverse design featuring Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, accompanied by the inscription Pluribus Unum. On circulated examples, the steps of Monticello may appear worn or partially blended, yet the overall structure remains recognizable and dignified. This wear tells a story of movement and use, reinforcing the idea that this coin was a working part of everyday life rather than a decorative object. The year 1946 holds special significance in American history. It was the first full year after World War II, a time when soldiers were returning home, industries were shifting back to civilian production, and families were rebuilding their lives. Coins like this nickel circulated through that recovery period, quietly supporting commerce as the nation moved forward. A circulated 1946 nickel carries a sense of journey within it. This coin may have passed through the hands of factory workers, shopkeepers, returning veterans, or families adjusting to peacetime routines. Each mark on its surface is a trace of those interactions, turning wear into a visual record of lived experience. The smooth edge of the 5-cent coin, worn further by circulation, adds to its tactile appeal. Holding the coin between your fingers creates a physical connection to the past, allowing you to feel the subtle smoothing that comes only from decades of use. This tactile quality makes the coin feel alive with history. The composition of the 1946 nickel, made from copper and nickel, was designed for durability and stability. Unlike wartime nickels that contained silver, the 1946 issue returned to its traditional alloy, symbolizing a return to normalcy in American coinage. This material choice adds historical significance to the coin, marking a transition from wartime necessity back to peacetime standards. For new collectors, a circulated 1946 5-cent coin is an ideal starting point. It is accessible and affordable, yet deeply educational. Studying this coin teaches lessons about mint marks, composition changes, wear patterns, and historical context, all essential elements of numismatics. For experienced collectors, circulated examples offer a different kind of satisfaction. Finding a 1946 nickel with balanced wear, appealing color, and strong remaining detail can be just as rewarding as acquiring a higher-grade coin. The charm lies in authenticity rather than perfection. There is a strong emotional resonance tied to coins from the immediate post-war era. A 1946 nickel can evoke stories passed down from parents or grandparents, connecting the present to a time of rebuilding and optimism. That emotional layer adds meaning that cannot be quantified. Despite decades of circulation, the craftsmanship of the coin remains evident. The proportions of Jefferson's portrait, the symmetry of Monticello, and the clarity of the inscriptions reflect careful design and skilled engraving. These qualities ensured that the coin would remain functional and recognizable over time. Lighting can dramatically change how a circulated 1946 nickel appears. Under soft lighting, the surfaces may look smooth and uniform, while angled light reveals fine scratches, wear lines, and subtle tonal shifts. This dynamic appearance makes the coin endlessly interesting to examine. Circulated coins challenge the idea that beauty must be flawless. The 1946 nickel demonstrates that wear can add depth and personality, transforming the coin into a visual narrative rather than a static object. Its imperfections are its history. The size and weight of the 5-cent coin contribute to its familiar feel. It is small yet substantial, designed to be carried easily while still feeling important. This physical balance made it a practical and trusted unit of currency. Within the Jefferson Nickel series, the 1946 issue represents a pivotal moment. It marks the return to standard composition after the war and the continuation of a design that would endure for decades. This gives the coin quiet historical importance. Collectors who focus on circulated coins often seek examples that reflect true everyday use. A circulated 1946 nickel fits perfectly into such collections, offering an authentic glimpse into post-war America. Natural toning often develops unevenly on nickels from this era, adding subtle contrast around lettering and design elements. These patterns are unique to each coin, shaped entirely by time and environment. Even the sound of a nickel, when gently tapped, carries nostalgia. That soft metallic tone echoes an era of old cash registers, small purchases, and face-to-face transactions. For YouTube storytelling, this coin is compelling because it is relatable and meaningful. It represents not wealth or rarity, but shared history and everyday life, making it easy for viewers to connect emotionally. The true value of the 1946 5-cent coin lies in its story. It tells of transition, recovery, and continuity, reflecting a nation moving forward after hardship.